Most closers are literally destroying their income by being too available. And the worst part is that they have no idea they're doing it. I used to work 14 hours a day because I was booking too many follow-up calls, thinking that I was being helpful. Meanwhile, other closers in the exact same team I was, they were working 8 hours a day and doing the same as me. That's when I realized I had two jobs. I was a closer and a pipeline manager. And the pipeline management job was killing my income. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact mindset shift that took me from chasing prospects to having them chasing me. This shift allowed me to go from making $5K per month as a high-ticket closer all the way up to $20,000 per month. What you're about to see is raw footage from a paid coaching calls where I break down this entire approach with my students. Let's get into it.
I remember I saw one time it was like in a setter's training, and they had like one spreadsheet that this is like after 24 hours, right? Send this, send this. So do you have like a spreadsheet, like a system like that?
No, we don't. And the reason why we don't is because you get to decide if you want to have a second job managing a pipeline or only one job, which is a closer. That's your decision. So because I don't want to have two jobs, I only want to close. What I do is I close. And then when we get at the end and people want to become or stay a maybe, I don't let them be a maybe. Why? Because at the beginning, I was the closer that was booking the most amount of follow-up calls. And I was making good money, but I was working 3 times more. So I was working 14 hours a day. And then I was like, well, I know other closers that they only work 10 hours a day. And they close the same, if not more than me. And I know closers that they work 8 hours a day and they outperform the entire team. What are they doing? And I'm going to tell you what they were not doing. They weren't booking follow-up calls. That's it. So then their pipeline was very small, very, very hot, and their system was very easy, very simple, because they only had buyers there. So that's a decision you have to make. You know, when you are a really good closer, you don't have to follow up a lot. You put people on timelines, on deadlines, and if they want to take it, good. But if they don't, we move on. So that's why we don't have after 24 hours this message, after 24 hours that message, because we're not going to chase them. Right? So it's just like we do a really, really good quality job in the call. And the only things that we accept in a call is a close, a hell yeah, let's do it, a down payment, or a no, Paulo. My fears right now are bigger than my dreams. Therefore, I give up. No problem. And now I don't have to put you in my pipeline. Now, if someone is like, I want to do this, and if I had the money right now, I would just give it to you right now. It's just that I don't have the money. I need 6 months to come up with that money. That's a different pipeline. That's a long-term nurture pipeline. That is not the closer pipeline of hunting deals. No, that's like a long-term thing that every 30 days, you nurture that. You know, I was doing that on Saturdays. I remember on Saturdays, my morning, I would just send them content. I would just send them cool stuff. I would just go through my long-term pipeline, send them some messages and things. And I would spend like 2 hours there just nurturing my pipeline. A lot of people will say, hey, Paulo, thank you so much. I thought you forgot about me. You're still messaging me here. I still have that goal. It's been 2 months. I only have 4 months more to go. And in 4 months, man, I'm joining. But then my hot pipeline was completely different because my hot pipeline is only people that put a deposit. That's it. That's it. If you're not going to put skin in the game right here, right now, I'm not going to put you in my pipeline. I would say to them, typically don't do this. Do you truly want me to bet on you? Like, do you truly want me to hold you accountable? Or you don't mind if I let you on the side of the road? You tell me. It's like, please, yes, I will love for you to keep helping me with this, but I just can't pay right now. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to give you one last thing. Okay, and I don't do this, but because of the conversation we've had, I'm just going to give it to you, and then the ball is in your court. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to go back because my time is so valuable and I'm fully packed. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to put a call tomorrow in the calendar. You tell me the time. We just coordinate it, and then we continue our conversation there. But I'm not going to send you a reminder. I'm not going to send you a message. I'm not going to do anything. We're going to put a call there. It's the same Zoom link as this. If you are there tomorrow, we'll continue the conversation. If you are not there tomorrow, I'll just put you on my blacklist. And I wish you the best. No problem at all. No judgment at all. I just got to keep going because we're on a mission here. Will that help you? Yes. And then I would just book a follow-up call with that condition. At 3 p.m., if the person is not there in 3 minutes, and I would say that to them, I'm going to give you 3 minutes. If in 3 minutes tomorrow you are not there, I'm going to keep going. And I would just end the meeting. And that's it. You know, if they show up, great. If they don't show up, then I would just do my follow-ups and blah, blah, blah. And that's it. And that's how you protect your pipeline, man. Because otherwise, if you put everybody there, now you have a second job. You know, you're a closer and you're a pipeline manager.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I never heard something like that. I thought the setter had like this pipeline and also the closer had like a similar pipeline. And what do you do, for example, when the leads don't show up? Yeah, they book, but they don't show up. Even you send like a few reminders, right? And then basically not to contact them again.
The moment someone appears, they pop into your calendar. Okay, as soon as possible, you need to message them. Okay, so for example, when I was full-time closer, I was like 3 calls straight, pause, 3 calls straight, or 3 calls straight, pause, 4 calls straight, something like, you know, 6 to 7 calls. So every time I would have a no-show, first thing I would check, I would just look at my calendar. Oh, there's a new call. You know, while I was on the call, someone booked a call in my calendar for tomorrow. I would message them. Hey, Mariano, this is Paulo here. I can see that you booked a call tomorrow with me at 3 p.m. UK time. Is that correct? Right away. And then imagine it's 12 p.m. I'm sending them at 12 p.m. today. Okay. Then I just continue with my day. The guy doesn't reply. Next time I have a no-show, I just check my calendar again. Oh, there's another call. Okay. So I'm going to message another new call. Hey, John, I see you booked a call in my calendar for tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time. Is that correct? And then I'm going to check. Hey, Mariano hasn't replied to me. Hey, Mariano, I just finished the call right now. I do not lock in my meetings if they're not confirmed 24 hours before. So please let me know if this was a mistake or you intentionally book a time with me for tomorrow at 3 p.m. UK time so that we can lock it in. If it's a mistake, no worries either ways. Have a good day. And I continue with my day. And now it's 8 p.m., for example, and I'm going to close my day. I'm going to finish my day. And then John replied to me. John said, yes, Paulo, I booked in. I'm watching the resources. See you tomorrow. Okay. Then I go to my calendar. I color my calendar in green. Meeting with John is green. It's confirmed. But Mariano hasn't said anything, right? So I'm going to Mariano in my calendar in red. I'm going to send a message to Mariano. Hey, Mariano, I'm leaving the office for today. Because you didn't confirm your call, that slot is still open. That means that at any time, someone can come in, confirm the call, and book that time. So if you book the call, let me know so I can lock it in. If not, you would have to reschedule. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And that's it. And that right after, I go into my Slack channel and I type in the setters channel. Hey guys, I am signing off for the day. This person, and this person didn't confirm the attendance. Please let me know if you received something on your end. If you didn't receive confirmation from these people on your end, please feel free to double book someone on that slot to maximize my calendar slots. That's how I do it.
Also, there is like this phrase for closer that I always heard, that the money is in the follow-ups. So, but in the case that you're saying, right, like not to follow so much because it's like another job, and also like I'm losing like authority, right, as a closer, like chasing clients. So what, I mean, your point of view about that?
I understand where is that coming from. The money is in the follow-up. I agree to a certain degree because when we think about a marketing funnel or an acquisition system, what is an acquisition system? And it's a series of yeses. If someone says yes to the opt-in page, so they opt in. They say yes to the VSL, so they watch it. They say yes to applying, so they fill out the form. So it's a series of yeses that leads to a sale. But in every single yes, there's also the option to say no. There's the option to opt in and not watch the VSL. There's the option of opt in, fill out the form, book the call, and not show, right? So every yes can also be a no. So when Cole Gordon says the money's in the follow-up, is from a business owner standpoint, everybody that speaks with your closer that gets presented an offer and they don't close, make sure that you fully capitalize on that lead that you paid for. Don't just simply rely on what the closer said. So have the closer do a reoffer campaign 3 days later, or have another closer call that lead, because different closers solve different problems. Do reoffer campaigns frequently. Do marketing campaigns, email marketing campaigns to everybody that was presented to an offer. It's more kind of like from that philosophy, which I agree with. From an executive standpoint, from a founder standpoint. From a closer standpoint, the way that I interpret the monies in the follow-up is Every single person that you speak with that you don't close today is an opportunity for you to potentially close them in the future. So everybody that has potential to be closed in the future, you put them in your long-term sequence, in your long-term pipeline, and then you nurture those people. And that's what I was doing. Every other Saturday, I was just nurturing and I was just doing follow-ups. But I'm not chasing them and I'm not lowering my status. So what I want you to think, and this is something that you have to embrace, like you have to believe in that. If you don't believe in that, you're not going to do it. So you have to believe that your time is super valuable. Out of all the closers they could speak with, they're now speaking with you, which is the best person that they could be speaking with, because you are the one that cares the most and the one who has the highest leadership skills. And on top of that, you need to believe and be aware that you are giving them a paid service for free. And what that means is that I'm going to give you this paid service for free, but I'm not going to give you another hour of my time for free. I am much, much more valuable. And this is not in a derogatory way, but it's like, I am more valuable than you. I have more capabilities to help this business grow than you. So my time is valuable. You either give me reasons as to why I should consider having another conversation with you. You have to sell me. So the way my leads would sell me is by putting a down payment. Okay, you put skin in the game. I believe you. Okay. Well, that would allow us to put another call in the calendar. So it was a mindset shift. I was like, my time is not valuable, I would just give my time to everybody. You want to have 3 follow-up calls? Yeah, let's do it. That's what I was thinking before. And that's why I had so many follow-up calls. But then I was like, no way. Because now I'm a data. Oh, my revenue per call is $3,000. So that means that every time I'm on a call, I have a potential to make $3,000 in revenue. Fuck. Every hour is so valuable to me. So I'm just not going to give it to anybody.
That's awesome. Thank you because I didn't have perspective, right? You opened the new horizon.
Yeah.
That I see.
And you need to be able to articulate that in the calls without being attached to the sale.
When you say that, do you have a template or not when you say to the person would you like me to keep accountable? Because I'm not going to change you, this kind of thing. Do you have a template?
No, because that is not something that I can kind of script. You want to say it in your way from the same place, but in your words, because that's how it's going to come out more powerful.
And what about also before you were mentioning, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago about the ultimatum message, right? That when the person is not responding, do you have a template for that, or also you don't have a ultimatum?
I don't. I might have something, but I'll have to look at it. Right now, I don't have anything kind of oh yeah, I have this document in this folder. I might have to look at it. But I always say the same is always assume the best. So you had a conversation and then the person said, oh, can we meet in 1 hour, blah, blah, blah. For whatever reason you are available. It's, yeah, okay, cool. Let's meet in 1 hour. It's all good. Let's say you believe them for whatever reason. Okay, cool. Then they don't show up. All right, so now you're going to start a 4-day follow-up sequence and you're going to end that. So, okay, you message them today. Hey, John, I'm on the call. Boom, just send them the link. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, they're not here. Hey, John, let me know if the link is working. I'm here, whatever. Then 7 minutes, they don't show, and then you just continue with your day. And then before you sign off, you go, hey, we couldn't met yesterday. I actually had another client that needed my help. Is everything okay? Then the next day, 24 hours later, just ask them, hey, John, I was going through my notes yesterday, and I saw your name. We couldn't speak yesterday. And you just ask them, okay. So you can say, did you won the lottery and just retire? They don't reply. Then the next day, you go, question mark, sent. Then the next day, you go, hey, John, I'm reaching out to you because I only like to pursue relationships up until a certain point. And we reached that point yesterday. So if you don't get back to me, I'm going to assume that you no longer want help or you already found a solution, which I'm very, very happy with. And I wish you the best. And that's it. Done. End of the sequence.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Pablo.
You're welcome. Now, also, that doesn't mean that lead is not going to continue to be followed up. What that means is that you are not going to message that lead, because if you just keep messaging, you're going to lose your status. But someone else from the company can message that lead. That lead can receive an email. That lead can receive a reoffer. That lead can receive a quality control call. It's not going to be you. In this specific example, I did 4 days or 4 messages, right? But you could do 5, 6, or 7. What I'm trying to communicate is that you're going to assume the best. then you're going to put an ultimatum, and then you're going to fulfill on the ultimatum. And those three things needs to happen in a reasonable time frame. Like you cannot assume the best for 3 months and put an ultimatum 3 months later and then close that ultimatum. You know what I mean? Just keep an organic, natural. For example, if you're very, very busy and it's taking you genuinely, and you're like, no, genuinely, it would take me like 7 days to do this sequence, because I wouldn't reply every day because I'm really busy. I would reply one day yes, one day no, one day yes, one day no. Then do that. But the most important thing is that, one, you have a sequence. That's how you build a system, your sales process. Number two, that you assume the best, put an ultimatum, and fulfill an ultimatum. And then when there is an end to it, again, it's not that we ignore the lead. It depends on the system. You can go to the setter, and now the setter follows up. Or you could have like a reoffer campaign for all these leads. They were offered something, but for whatever reason, they slipped through the cracks. Or, for example, something that I recommend, you can make closers switch leads. If I'm with you, hey, I have these guys that I'm just trying to get a hold of. Bro, just tell them that this is a quality control call, and let's see if we can re-engage the conversation. And give me the leads that you cannot get a hold of, and I will call them when I have a no-show. So it's just like we are keeping our status in front of these leads, but the lead it continues to be reached out always.
Yeah. And when you say like the ultimatum, you don't give them like an opportunity to, for example, if in the future you will change your mind or you will be continuing with interested in this service, like just let me know. No, right? You don't say that, right? Already.
No, that's very chasey.
Okay.
I'm available if you want. I'm always gonna be here for you.
Got it.
Please,
that one.
Please, because you're more important. So yes, whenever you want, I'm here for you. No, you don't say that. You don't say, okay, man, it was a great call. If you have any questions, we're always gonna be here. I hope you join one day. No, you hold them to the standards that are required until they fucking buy, they hang up, they put a down payment, or you force a decision delay. You're going to take the initiative and say, you are not in a place right now to make a decision. I don't want you to make a decision right now. But forcing a decision delay is very advanced. It's more like an advanced thing. Just stick to these three, closing, a hang up, and collecting a down payment. Okay?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Pablo.
Anytime, brother. All right. Hope you liked this training. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And if you want to close more deals, simply watch this video next.